All right, guys, today is Coronavirus Day for editorials. In Riverside County, Sheriff Chad Bianco said if you don't wear your mask, you could face fine or imprisonment. In fact, people are getting in trouble for leaving their homes and not having their masks on in Riverside County. Now, San Bernardino County hasn't picked up on that yet. But I did see somebody on Facebook yesterday posted they were driving or her friend was driving in a car. She was a passenger. And they got pulled over and she got fined or cited for not having a mask on. She got a citation in Riverside County. So I don't know, man. This is crazy, but there is a news story and I'll post a link to it below in the description box along with the editorial I'm doing today. Reference Riverside County. Citing people. It's against the law now to leave home without a mask on. Wow. Hey guys, I do have a Tuesday morning editorial for you. Now this one doesn't have anything to do really with law enforcement, but it does have something to do with the coronavirus. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of this as time goes on. We see people out there with masks. We see people with gloves. People are afraid to touch anything. Anybody gets a little tickle in their throat and coughs, everybody looks. I mean, we're going to be seeing a lot more of this. And this is out of Pennsylvania that I'm about to give you. But it's just, this is a panic, and people are just, people are saying this is the end of the world. And so I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think that we are definitely in not a pandemic, but a world panic? I mean, people are saying we've never had a virus like this before. It's like it was released on the world and whatever. Speaking of masks, I can't wear a mask because it causes me to start coughing and hacking really bad. I don't know why. It's just they gave us these little paper surgical masks yesterday at work. They're recommended we wear them, not mandatory. But I tried to wear it and I felt claustrophobic and I started coughing really bad. So I can't wear a mask. Thank you to Officer Myrick of the Redlands Police Department for your idea. I'm going to get a neck gaiter, GAITER. You can get those on Amazon. He gave me the idea for it, and it was right in front of me the whole time. It's just sometimes you get tunnel vision, and I was so focused on a mask that I forgot. Yeah, you can just use the neck gaiter and pull it up over your face. So I bought one of those on Amazon for $14. It's going to be coming in the mail. You can get one too, but that's what we're coming to, is everybody's going to have to walk around now with something over their face or risk getting sick or making other people sick. It's just crazy. So coming out of Pennsylvania, thank you, WSBT.com. WSBT for this story. A man coughing and not covering his mouth led to shots fired at a Pennsylvania Sheetz, according to a criminal complaint. Police say officers were called last Saturday for reports of shots fired into an occupied vehicle. Police say the driver of the vehicle, 53-year-old William Sorrow, drove away from the scene and called 911 from his home. When the officers arrived at the Sheetz, they arrested 56-year-old Guillermo Alvarez, the alleged shooter, the complaint says. Police say Alvarez was still holding the gun when officers arrived, but dropped it when he was told to do so. Officers found that Alvarez did not have a concealed carry permit, police say, and police later interviewed Sorrow, who told them he saw Alvarez walking through the Sheetz parking lot, coughing and not covering his mouth, the complaint says. Sorrow says he told Alvarez to cover his mouth when he coughed because of the virus going around, according to the complaint. Sorrow said the comment led to an altercation with Alvarez, who eventually pulled out a pistol and fired a round into Sorrow's windshield that lodged in the speedometer, according to police. Alvarez then fired several more rounds into the front driver's side tire. Police say surveillance video shows Alvarez stop at the front door of the Sheetz and look back at Sorrow in his vehicle before having an apparent conversation with him. Then, of course, they get into a confrontation. Alvarez pulled out a gun and started shooting. So Cambria County District Attorney Greg Neugebauer says, quote, "We are living in trying and uncertain times right now, and everyone needs to exercise patience with one another and not resort to violence. Special thanks go out to our first responders, including the police, who throughout this pandemic continue to work with the public every day to ensure the health and safety of our community. Both men have been charged with aggravated assault and recklessly endangering another person." Neugebauer says, quote, "I think the incident to a certain extent may be as a result of the frustrations and anxiety people are feeling right now because of COVID-19. I would urge people to have patience with each other as much as possible, as people are on edge being around people right now." So it reminds me of Gene Hackman. I heard that you're on, what was it? On edge. Movie reenactment. But people are on edge. People are like, just like you go in a store and people go, "What the fuck, dude? What? Are you sick?" I was walking through Staters the other day shopping, and I'm not sick, but I started to get a little tickle in my throat because they had these little squirt things over the vegetables. They squirt the little water over the cucumbers and over the celery. And I don't know why, it just caused me to get a little, I want to clear my throat, right? And I was afraid to do it. I was literally scared, and I was going, I was looking around to make sure nobody was watching me. I mean, that's the times we're living in right now, where you can't even go in public. You have to go like you're a caveman or something. Because if you cough, everybody looks at you like, "What the fuck, dude?" And now you got these two guys. One, I guess he was charged with aggravated assault, the Sorrow, because of his vehicle, I guess, driving at the other guy. I don't know. But doesn't really say why he was charged with aggravated assault or reckless endangerment. But of course, Alvarez, we know, Guillermo Alvarez shot into the vehicle. Well, that's reckless and right there. I want to know what you guys think about all of this that I've said. Reference these two guys getting into it. One shooting over coughing because he didn't cover his mouth. And what do you guys think about that in the comment section below? And what are your experiences around you? Reference the coronavirus and people coughing, clearing their throat. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos, that's law enforcement officers, and everybody else from coast to coast. And I do, by the way, want to thank our first responders and the police for being out there and risking being sick by keeping us safe and being out there on the streets. However, I also want to offer to those officers that believe law enforcement means you need to be in charge of everybody. Just remember this: you're only in charge of the lawbreakers. The guys that aren't breaking the law, just wave and say, "How you doing? Love your camera." Thank you guys for watching. I'll have another editorial as the week goes on.